everybody, welcome back to my channel. Mia here, and happy new year. It is officially 2017. I can't believe it. Today is actually the 1st, so I'm sure you can probably hear throughout this video in the background fireworks. That is because everyone is still throwing fireworks, which is awesome. Anyways, today's video is going to be part 3 of my massive book haul. I still have a whole lot of books to share with you guys, which I've gathered within the last 3 months or so. The majority of the books in this haul are going to be all paperback. That's kind of how I try to organize myself with these hauls. So this video is going to be basically all the paperbacks that I've not shown you yet. Anyways, here are all of the books that I would like to share with you today. So the first book is The Casa Gambit, and this is by MC Plank. I've never heard of this before, but I have been trying to get a little bit more into the whole sci-fi genre in both books as well as comics, and I just noticed that it was a sci-fi book, so I picked it up. In the front it says that is a thriller, political novel, and space opera all rolled into one, and that sounds very interesting. I can't wait to start reading it. I hope I really like it, but definitely I am intrigued with this book. Then I also have this book here by Wolfgang Jeschka. This is called The Cusanus Game. I'm totally killing all these names. But basically, this is about a biologist. I'll tell you quickly just a little bit that it says by here, and it just says, biologist Domenica Ligrinia lives in a dying world. In the year 2052, a nuclear disaster near the French-German border irradiates all of Northern Europe. Global warming runs rampant, and economic and political calamities threaten the survival of Earth. So this sounds very interesting, and I'm looking forward to it. Anything that takes place in a foreign country is very interesting to me, and anything that has to do with the Earth and the planet and the other planets is very intriguing to me as well. So I got another book that is a sci-fi read, and this is called Zero G. This is by Alton Gansky, and I do not really know what this is about. Says it's the first commercial space flight, just as competitive as the old space race and even more deadly. So I'm not really sure exactly what this book is about, other than it is a sci-fi, takes place in space, and it sounds very interesting. I then picked up this book here, which is by Cynthia Kadohara, and this is Kira Kira, and says, glittering, that's how Katie Takeshima's sister Lin makes everything seem. The sky is kira because its color is deep but see-through at the same time. The sea is kira for the same reason, and so are people's eyes. When Katie and her family moved from a Japanese community in Iowa to the deep south of Georgia, it's Lin's who explains to her why people stop on the street to stare. And it's Lin's who, with her special way of viewing the world, teaches Katie to look beyond tomorrow. But when Lin becomes desperately ill and the whole family begins to fall apart, it is up to Katie to find a way to remind them all that there is always something glittering, kira in the future. So this is more of a family contemporary kind of read, and it sounds absolutely amazing. I love that kind of read. I think it's going to probably bring tears to my eyes at some point, but I'm very excited to read it. I also got Life of Pi, and I've been wanting this book for a very long time. The majority of you already know what this book is about, so I'm not going to go into that. This is by Jean Martel, and I'm just so happy to have it. I cannot wait to read it. I think it's going to be another beautiful story. I also picked up this book called The True Darcy Spirit, and this is a novel by Elizabeth Aston. I've never read anything by Elizabeth Aston, and I saw this there, 50 cents, so I thought, why not just go ahead and purchase it, and here it is. Then I also got this Bones Shaker book is by Sherry Priest, and this is a steampunk read, which is another genre that I've really not read much of, so I'm not very familiarized or knowledgeable about this specific genre, and I'm very intrigued as well. So when I saw it, the cover was just so beautiful, and the fact that it's a steampunk as well as the title kind of captivated me. So I hope it's just as good as my expectations make it out to be. Then I got two books that are very unlikely for me to usually pick up. I don't think it's something I would naturally gravitate towards, but for some reason these two particular books really caught my attention, and I don't really know why. It just did. They're massive. I don't even know if I'll ever actually read them. Anyways, this is the first book, and the title is The Pillars of the Earth. This is by Ken Follett, and this is a novel of majesty and power, and is about if I remember correctly from when I read the back of the book, is about a father or a priest who builds a church, and is about the ways in which he gathered the means to build that church, and things that happened to everybody involved, and secrets within a town and stuff like that, I think, if I remember correctly. And then the other book is the part 2, basically. So this is, oops, I just dropped a whole bunch of books. This is The World Without End, and this is the second book to this. So I don't know if I'll ever read it. This is about the children or the grandchildren, one or the other, of the people involved in this book. So I'm interested. I don't know why, it just really caught my attention, and I wanted to purchase them, so I got them, but I'm not sure if it's really my cup of tea. We'll see. I will start to read it at some point, and I'll let you know. Then the next book I have here was actually a gift. This was one of my Christmas gifts, and I was so happy to get it. It's a cooking book, and it's called The Book of Veganish, and this is by Kathy Freston with Rachel Cohn. And I'm so happy to have this book. One of my dear friends got this for me, and the reason why she got it for me is because I'm not sure if I've shared this with you guys or not yet, but I'm really trying to change my lifestyle into a vegan lifestyle. So it's been a process. It's been kind of difficult, mostly because of time, and you know, you do have to dedicate more time to learning what it actually means, and to be able to prepare your meals, and you have to be conscious when you go grocery shopping, and conscious when you do everything. Basically, it's a completely lifestyle change. So I'm trying really hard, and I think it's going pretty well. The holidays have been a little bit difficult, but that's another story. Anyways, I'm so happy to have this book. I can't wait to read it. It has information about veganism as well as recipes and all that kind of good stuff. Then I also picked up this book in a super cool local store near my house that is a Native American store. So it's got some of their art, and it's got some of their pottery work for sale. It also has dream catchers, like authentic dream catchers, and it has a bunch of natural gemstones. So anyways, I saw this book and it really caught my attention. It's called Crystal Grids, and this is how to combine and focus crystal energies to enhance your life. This is by Henry M. Mason and by Brittany Petrovsky, and I just thought this was so interesting. I love crystals, and I do believe that they can definitely help you, and that they do have some healing qualities to them. So I've been really trying to learn more about them and how you can use them and all of that good stuff. So when I saw this, it was a given. I had to have it. I also got this beautiful dream catcher. I'm so happy I discovered that store, because I go there quite often now. I've collected a few gemstones, and I've gotten a few for gifts as well, because they do have some jewelry that they sell there also, which is all natural silver as well as natural stones, which is very cool. So I love that store. I go there all the time now. In the same store, I also picked up this other book, and this is Crystal Power, Crystal Healing, and this is by Michael Ganger. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce names, but this has information about the different crystals and gemstones and stuff like that. So it tells you what each stone is known for, how the different cuts of the stone can affect their healing powers and all of the good stuff. So again, very interesting to me personally, so I really wanted to get it, and now I have it. I just have to read it. Then I also picked this up. This I actually got in that library sale I previously mentioned. This is Golden Boy by Tara Sullivan, and I've seen this book around the booktube community for a little while now, and it just seemed very interesting to me. I believe it's about an African albino, and I believe it's about the different beliefs that Africans have about albino due to lack of, knowledge in that matter. So it's supposed to be a very sad and heartbreaking survival story, I believe. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong about this, and if I am, please do correct me down below in the comment section. But I think that's what this book is supposed to be about, and I'm just very, very intrigued by it. I think I'm gonna absolutely love it. So I'm really looking forward to reading that. I picked up The Rossi Project, and this is by Granny Simpson. I'm sorry. I think you guys already know about this. I think everyone knows about this because I've seen so many videos talking about this. Apparently it's a romance story, and there is a second book to it, but I don't think you need to read it. I think most people prefer this particular first book than the second one. We'll see. I'll start with that one, see where it takes me. I got a Sandra Brown book. It's a novel called The Wit. I can't read the title because somebody put a sticker on it, which I hate when that happens. I really hate it. This is The Witness by Sandra Brown, and I'll have to figure out a way to get rid of this sticker. I've heard maybe rubbing alcohol over it, just slightly damped alcohol might help. I'm not sure. If you know any good tricks, just let me know down below in the comment sections because I hate this. I can't wait to get rid of it. But I don't know, I just picked it up, see if I like it. I have a few of her books. I think I've read a couple which I enjoyed in the past, a very long time ago, when I was really into that kind of, genre. So we'll see. Caught my attention, so I picked it up. Then this book called Where the Heart is by Billy Letts, and I picked this up honestly just because it was part of the Oprah's book club. But then I was looking in the back, and I think it's about a young mother and her child who end up homeless and basically having to hide, I think, in a Walmart in a small town. And then somebody found out that she was there, and it's about, how people can come together during hard situations and just help each other. I think that's what the book is about, but it sounds very interesting, and I really do like that kind of story. So we'll see. Hopefully it's a great one. And then I got this trilogy, which I've been looking for everywhere in this particular edition, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. And when I did found it in Amazon, it was just so ridiculously overpriced. I just could not afford it. But then I found it in good old eBay, and I was able to get it. So that is the Mistborn trilogy. So I got this edition, which I think is absolutely stunning. I love it. So I got the whole trilogy, book 1, book 2, as well as book 3. I cannot wait to read this series by Brandon Sanderson. I've just heard so many amazing things about this author and this particular series as well that I'm extremely excited to read it. I think I'm really, really gonna love it. I'm looking forward to it like you can't even believe. Then I got a book that was supposed to be our book for my book club for last month, but we all work together. Everyone in that book club works together, and it has been an insanely busy time at work. We've not had the opportunity to read at all. Like, it's really sad how bad this last month was. So we never got to actually read it. It's a huge book. I think it was a bad choice, and we need to find smaller books for our book club. But anyways, it's a Stephen King book. I think it's relatively new. It's 4 Past Midnight, and I think it has several sections within the book, but as a lot of his books, it is huge. So this will definitely take some time to finish reading it. I find his writing to be a little bit slower at the beginning, and then it just gets amazingly good. So I think it's going to be a little hard to get through the very first section. I don't know. This is just me speculating. I'm sure I'm going to love it. I just need to find the time to read it and properly enjoy it. So these are the books that I have for this video. I will be having another video coming up soon, which is going to have all of the hardcover books, which will be the very last part of this crazy large book haul. I probably won't have another haul in a little while, just because I don't see myself purchasing a lot of books in the near future. I'm overwhelmed enough as it is with the amount of books that I have in my TBR as of right now. Yearly goals. Hopefully I get to read a whole lot during 2017. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments down below if any of these books are familiar to you, and if you recommend I pick up one of them sooner than the rest, as well as anything else you'd like to share with me. I love to read all of your comments. Thank you so very much for sticking around until the very end. I know this is a long video. I'll cut it short now. I hope you have a fantastic year. I wish you all nothing but the best, and I shall see you very soon in another video.